that I have gotten this wonderful opportunity wherein my interventions can make positive differences, make a positive difference in the lives of so many people. So that very thought motivates me, and I try to go out there and give my best. Not always I am able to perform to the best of my ability, or not always the intended outcome takes place, but the very thought that you have tried to improve the lives of certain people, to make a difference, that itself keeps me going.
Hello everyone and welcome to this very special episode of Officers on Duty. Today we have with us IAS Sweta Agarwal, who's here with us, and we are going to have a short chat with her and ask her a few questions about her life and her roles and responsibilities as an IAS. So let's talk to her. Hello ma'am, pleasure having you here with us.
Pleasure is all mine.
Absolutely. So firstly, tell us how are you doing and how is your mental space like today?
I'm doing great, and as I keep telling myself, we bureaucrats need to be motivated every day to go out there and serve the people for which we are sitting here. So my mental space is also that great, motivated to serve the people.
Awesome. Yeah. And speaking of motivation itself, right, there are days, of course, as an IAS officer, you tend to feel a little demotivated, a lot of things going on at the same time. So how do you keep going every day? What keeps you motivated?
So the very thing that kept me motivated throughout my journey, see, first of all, the motivation has to come from within. Yeah. No one else can motivate you if you can't motivate yourself. So the very thing that kept me going, because ये सपना ही था कि लोगों के लिए मैं कुछ कर सकूं, अपने देश के लिए मैं कुछ कर सकूं. So I get up every day and try to motivate myself with the same thought that I have gotten this wonderful opportunity wherein my interventions can make positive differences, make a positive difference in the lives of so many people. So that very thought motivates me, and I try to go out there and give my best. Not always I am able to perform to the best of my ability, or not always the intended outcome takes place, but the very thought that you have tried to improve the lives of certain people, to make a difference, that itself keeps me going.
Oh, that's wonderful. And speaking of improving the lives of people, right, we see that there are a lot of challenges that people face on a daily basis. The common man has to go through a lot of issues. So if I were to ask you what are some of these issues, would you like to highlight some of them, and what is being done to kind of solve these issues?
Like common people issues, not the bureaucrats' issues. Okay. So see, I don't need to, I think, highlight on the issues which common people face. I mean, as I said previously, that when I was a student, in order to get a domicile certificate from a government setup, I had to go from one table to the other. So that's a very small example. But then every day, common people are facing so many things. न्यूज़पेपर भरा पड़ा है यार उनके इश्यूज से, अब मैं क्या इलैबोरेट करूं. बट देन हमारी कोशिश सरकार में यही रहती है, या जब हम सिविल सर्विसेज में आते हैं यही रहती है कि हम किस तरह से पब्लिक सर्विस डिलीवरी को सिंप्लीफाई कर सकें, किस तरह से लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी ऑफ पब्लिक सर्विसेज इंश्योर कर सकें. एज आई सेड, हर वक्त सक्सेस नहीं मिलती है, इंटेंशंस हमेशा अच्छे रहते हैं, लेकिन हर वक्त सक्सेस नहीं मिलती है, पर कोशिश हम करते हैं. अगेन, लास्ट माइल सर्विस डिलीवरी, एंड नॉट इवन अ सिंगल पर्सन शुड बी लेफ्ट आउट. दैट इज व्हाट वी ट्राई टू डू ऑल द टाइम. सो इश्यूज को पिन पॉइंट करके कोई फायदा नहीं है. वी ऑल नो व्हाट द इश्यूज वी फेस इन आवर डेली लाइव्स. सो दैट्स इट.
राइट मैम.
या दैट इज व्हाट सो अलग से बोलने का, अलग से इलैबोरेट करके कोई फायदा नहीं है इश्यूज के ऊपर, बट हमारी कोशिश यही रहती है, लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी, एंड एक भी बंदा कहीं हमसे छूट ना जाए.
Right, ma'am. So talking about the service itself, right, the IAS service. Now, what are some of the, of course, we talk about the perks that come with the job, and we think of it as a very glamorous profession. But of course, there's another side to it which many people don't know about, or the aspirants who are preparing for it would definitely want to know. So, would you like to throw some light on that?
This job has a lot to it besides the glamour and the perks that we see, or we think of, or we assume that we have in the service. In fact, when I had not become a bureaucrat, I also used to think, this job comes with gaadi, bangla, beacon wali car, PSO, things like that. But then after spending so many, 5 years in this service, I've realized this job is a lot more challenging than what we probably know about when we write this exam. So we face challenges which can, which can complete the entire spectrum. The moment you try to bring about change, there will be resistance. Resistance can be in the form of passive resistance, it can be non-cooperation, it can be outright bodily harm. Depends on what situation you find yourself in. So elaborate करके कोई फायदा नहीं है, but challenges are many and ये मैं स्पेशली सारे एस्पिरेंट्स को कहना चाहूँगी कि ये मत सोच के आइएगा कि आपका जो 30-35 साल का करियर है वो सिर्फ अप होता रहेगा, आपको हमेशा बंगला, गाड़ी, PSO, नौकर चाकर ये सब मिलेंगे, ये नहीं है. These are there, but these might also not be there. But you will be an officer, you will be an officer for 30-35 years. It will all average out. तो आपको वो मेंटल प्रेपरेशन रखनी है कि मेरे को तब भी लोगों का काम करना है और लोगों के लिए काम करना है जब मुझे इनमें से कुछ ना मिले. There are umpteen examples wherein when we go on the field, like as in when we get our postings, कोई ग्लैमर नहीं है उन पोस्टिंग्स के साथ. कई बार तो ढंग से बैठने की भी जगह नहीं मिलती ऑफिस में, बंगला गाड़ी तो दूर की बात है. So you have to understand that this is part and parcel of the job, and if you are expecting कि आपको 30-35 साल के करियर में रोज आपको इस तरीके के पर्क्स मिलेंगे तो वो गलत है. ये एस्पिरेंट्स को समझना चाहिए. बट हाँ, रोज आपको ये जरूर मिलेगा, एज आई सेड, एक पॉजिटिव चेंज लाने का अवसर जरूर मिलेगा, अपॉर्चुनिटी जरूर मिलेगी, वो आपको रोज मिलेगा.
Right. And ma'am, if I were to ask you, like you just brought up a very important point, and mental pressure जो है वो तो काफ़ी रहता है. So for a aspirant or someone who's just going to become an officer, what do you think are some of the qualities that they should have? You know, if I were to ask you the top 3 qualities जो उनमें होने चाहिए if they are to succeed as an IAS officer, so would you pinpoint any 3 qualities?
3 qualities which an aspirant should have or a new entrant should have. See, there are many, okay. But if I have to pinpoint 3, number 1 on my list is integrity, and integrity throughout. And by integrity, I just don't mean financial integrity. Integrity means a lot more than just not taking bribe or just not being honest. So you have to show that integrity in your personal life, in your professional life, in all the decisions you make. Number 2, hardworking. You have to be hardworking. And number 3, ये जो सेवा करने का, at the this is something again I would like to tell the aspirants. कई बार क्या होता है, सक्सेस और पावर हमारे दिमाग में चली जाती है. पावर corrupts, right? So we should not let that happen to us. We should understand कि हम क्यों आए थे और वो हमें रिटायरमेंट तक याद रखना है. हम सेवा करने, हम पब्लिक सर्वेंट हैं. We are not rulers, we are not kings. So वो सर्विस वाली भावना हमेशा रखनी है, नहीं तो you will lose track. This is my personal opinion.
Right, absolutely, ma'am. Very important points raised there. And talking about you personally, right, it's been a great journey for you so far. And of course, when it comes to anyone's journey, what's really important is the people who are behind it, and people who tend to be there by your side during every part of it. So मुझे आपसे समझना है कि आपके parents का role क्या रहा है आपकी इस journey में? What hand have they played in this journey?
I am here because of them. I mean, I exist because of them. I have survived all the, as I said earlier, I come from poverty, and I don't want to glamorize poverty. It's nothing to be, glamorized about. So the fact that they fought for me, they fought to keep me, they fought to educate me, they fought to empower me, they fought to create that space for me that I can take my own decisions. I am very particularly using these words. I'll repeat this. They fought to create that space for me so that I can make my own decisions. They did not allow me to make my own decisions. There's a very subtle difference here. All of these, and obviously my various childhood experiences, have molded me into the kind of person I am. And the entire credit of that goes to my parents. I come from a very democratic family. Way back in the late 80s, they decided, coming from a conservative Marwadi family, that they'll stick to one child, and that to a girl child. That is a huge decision, boss, at that point of time. Even now, many people aren't able to do that. So, as I said, I get my strength, my motivation, and all the strength of character from them. So I am because they are.
Absolutely, that's wonderful to know. And you brought up this point about being a girl child, and of course when we look at this profession, when we think of a lady entering it, it's half the battle won, right? Now you face a new set of challenges when you enter the profession, and that it comes with different kinds of challenges. So I want to ask you, because the representation of women, as we were discussing a while back, is about 22% compared to what the men are in this industry. So what are your thoughts on this number particularly, and do you feel like आगे चल के there will be more women who enter the services?
Definitely, Rishabh. आगे चल के और भी लड़कियां आएंगी. We want more women. We should want more women. In fact, अभी we are at a good percentage of say 22%. Earlier, probably it was not so. Many more ladies are coming into the service. Many more ladies are being, given important postings in different cadres. I'll speak about my current cadre right now. 1/3 of our district magistrates are ladies. That is a huge leap from where we all started from. So, and I think many other cadres are doing the same. So, yes, the representation is not. It has still not reached the level it should, because we make half the population. So, but then it is definitely better than what it used to be, and I hope and pray, and I definitely see a better representation in future, because obviously girls are getting educated. Girls are also understanding that they need to stand up for themselves. They need to educate themselves, and as I say, in India, education is the biggest leveler. In India, education is the biggest asset and the biggest weapon.
Yep.
More and more girls are realizing it, and that is why more and more girls are taking the exam, and the more they take, the higher the representation. So I really hope and pray that in future even more girls take this exam and convert and convert their attempts into successful attempts and come and become civil servants.
Right, absolutely. Here's hoping to more women in the future in the services. And now coming back to you and your journey, and going back a little, when you entered the civil, or when going even further back, when you thought that you wanted to attempt the examination, you would have definitely gone in thinking कि इसके पीछे मेरा कोई purpose है. This is why I want to attempt this examination. कुछ लोगों के अलग अलग होते हैं. कुछ लोग सोचते हैं कि maybe I want to do it for women empowerment, maybe I want to bring a change in society. So for you, what was that purpose, and how would you define purpose in terms of an aspirant?
Good question. As I said, I have always been fascinated by the khaki, and that is how my entire dream started. So, बचपन से लेके जब तक I finally became, कुछ होता रहा जो कि that kept on feeding, or as if I would put it away, nurturing my dream. I'll just share one anecdote. I shared that anecdote of जिसमें मैं टशन में बोल के आ गई थी कि एक दिन तुम्हारी DM बन के आऊंगी. So besides that, एक बार क्या हुआ, मैं 18 साल की हुई और मुझे वोटर ID कार्ड के लिए अप्लाई करना था. तो डेट एंड टाइम पे एक वेन्यू पे बुलाया गया, जहाँ पे हमें अपना सारा सब कुछ जमा करके जो प्रोसेस है वो करना था. तो आई वेंट देयर एंड आई सॉ दैट देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ मिसमैनेजमेंट इन द वे द एंटायर सिचुएशन वाज बीइंग डेल्ट विद. द 18-year-old मी वाज लाइक, मुझे 5 मिनट के लिए इस जगह का इंचार्ज बना दो, मैं इस पूरे सिस्टम को स्ट्रीमलाइन कर दूंगी. So what I'm trying to say is, the things that kept motivating me, or the purpose was always to organize, to empower, because civil services gives you the power to empower. So to organize, to empower, to simplify, and as I said, to bring public service delivery to the last mile, and to ensure that no one is left behind. I mean, this is actually the mantra of my life. कि जितना आप last, गांधी जी का तालिस्मान है ना, the last person waiting in the queue. That is what kept motivating me, and that I think is the purpose of civil services. And मेरी advice भी aspirants को या new entrants को यही रहेगी कि आप please हमेशा queue में वो last बंदे को याद रखिए. अगर आप उसको नहीं छू सक रहे तो कहीं ना कहीं आप fail कर गए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. और एडवाइस की बात करें तो दैट वाज गोइंग टू बी माय लास्ट क्वेश्चन, लेकिन आपने उसका थोड़ा सा आंसर कर दिया. लेकिन आई स्टिल आस्क यू, बट इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट एस्पिरेंट्स आर वर्किंग very hard to crack this exam. You've gone through the entire process. So 4 times, yes. So they definitely want to know from you, any motivational advice that you'd like to share with them, and any quote or anything that comes to your heart, to your mind, that you'd want to share with them that would keep them motivated during this journey.
Yeah, so quote के हिसाब से तो I have said earlier also, the quote that I live by is, if you really want something, the entire universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And I will just tell all of you to dream big, keep working hard. See, there is no substitute for hard work. I know a lot of people say do smart work, do this, do that. Honestly, I have written this exam 4 times. I have cracked it 3 times. I still don't understand smart work का मतलब क्या होता है, but I do know hard work का मतलब क्या होता है. सब मोह माया त्याग कर सिर्फ एक फोकस लेकर आपको पढ़ते रहना है. अभी मैं आप लोगों को सिर्फ एस्पिरेंट्स के हिसाब से बता रही हूँ, बिकॉज व्हेन यू आर एन एस्पिरेंट योर you need to focus on cracking the exam. When you become a part of the system, then the challenges change. So मैं उस पार्ट को अभी एड्रेस नहीं कर रही. मैं बस एज एस्पिरेंट्स आपको यही बोलूँगी, सिर्फ अपना फोकस मत लूज करिए. Keep your focus and keep working hard. There is nothing that is impossible. So, people from such backgrounds have cleared this exam कि आपको लगेगा कि अगर वो कर सकते हैं तो हम भी कर सकते हैं. Because civil services examination, is one such examination in our country that offers you that unique opportunity. You can be from any background. You may have done anything. Anything might be your strength or anything might be your weakness, but it gives you that opportunity to write this exam and become a part of the most prestigious services of the country, wherein you can make a positive change in the lives of the people. So let this be your motivation कि आप अगर अभी मेहनत करेंगे तो बाद में शायद आपको लोगों की सेवा करने का मौका मिलेगा. So please do that. Don't let any negative thoughts or self doubt creep in. That is all. उसके बाद वर्क हार्ड करोगे, सब हो जाएगा. दिस इज व्हाट आई बिलीव इन.
All right, ma'am. That's some wonderful advice there for all the aspirants. And speaking of you, we wish you the very best in your journey going forward as well. And thank you so much for being on this chat with us. And all the very best.
Thanks.
So that was IAS Sweta Agarwal who joined us here on this very special episode. And we hope that this short but very impactful session has definitely created some impact in your life as well. If you have any questions for ma'am, please put them in the comment section of this video and we'll definitely try and get it answered for you. And we will be back with hopefully some more sessions like these. Until then, keep cracking it.